Respected Yashanko, Mr. Gorakiwala, President of FICCI, esteemed members of the dais, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I consider it a great honor and privilege to address FICCI Frames 2007, which is undoubtedly Asia's biggest convention in the business of entertainment. I'm proud to represent this sector of the economy, which is not only the most vibrant, but also expected to continue to grow at an impressive rate of 18%, far outstripping the growth rate of the Indian economy. Today, India produces the largest number of films, and the film industry is witnessing marked improvements in all spheres. From the technology used in making films to internationally appealing themes of movies, digital exhibition, increased focus on marketing and distribution, finance and business environment, and of course unprecedented upgradation of visual effects. Dawn, Dhoom 2, Krish are some of the films whose success is both domestic and foreign, and a lot of that success is due to the impressive visual effects. Another encouraging trend of recent times has been corporatization of the film industry, which continued to gather momentum in 2006. More than half of the releases in 2006 were by corporates, rather than just individual producers. Corporates are also establishing their presence in the film distribution space, with several media conglomerates entering the segment. 2006 was an excellent year for the Indian box office as well. The top 5 films, Dhoom 2, Lage Rongo Na Bhai, Krish, Fana and Rang De Basanti, alone grossed over 3 billion rupees. This itself led to a total of 21% growth in the box office revenue in 2006, taking the estimated size of the Indian box office market to rupees 64 billion. This growth can be attributed to the growing number of multiplexes and digital cinemas, as Mr. Screwwala speaking just shortly before me, in the country, and increasing corporatization and improving in contents and film, which has been, as I can decipher, a large focus of the convention. Today, entertainment is transcending all technological barriers. Convergence, then, is the new mantra of the Indian entertainment industry, and it's technology which will drive the industry into the next decade, hopefully. Having said that, content is and always shall be the king of entertainment. I am sure that this convention has deliberated much upon some of the above-mentioned issues. Before I conclude, I would like to mention that India is a land of enormous talent. And I hope that this convention will think of ways to develop and institutionalize mechanisms to search and train such new talents. Our industry, the film industry, and I don't speak alone for the Hindi film industry, the industry across India, which I believe is represented in FICCI Frames, has the potential to be a very large industry, firstly, and secondly, to be a great ambassador for this wonderful country that we have. I think the film industry does that already, but the true potential will only be realized through conventions like FICCI Frames. And I think it's a wonderful thing that even in its 7th year, the enthusiasm with which everybody approaches this convention is still seen with such gusto. Just a quick word on piracy, which I was just listening to some of the speakers here. I don't think it's enough for the film industry to go out there. We're asked very often as film actors to give statements requesting the audience and the viewers not to buy pirated videotapes, VCDs, DVDs, to watch our films in theaters. I don't think much can be done about it by just us speaking about it. Things will truly gain momentum when the government does take keen interest in this problem, and it is a large problem. Some of the numbers have been thrown in before, and you can see they're sizable. But beyond all of this, I think the message that first and foremost needs to be sent out to the audience about piracy, apart from the monetary gains or losses, is that we as creative people work very hard on a particular product. Despite the business of the business, it is a creative field, albeit a commercialized creative field. We intend to make a film to the best of our abilities, and we hope and work towards exhibiting the film, showing the film to the audience the way we intend them to see it. Essentially, by buying pirated VCDs, DVDs and tapes, they are robbing themselves of the way that film is intended to be watched. I think once that is inculcated in the conscience of the audience, it will help them take a decision and not buy pirated VCDs and DVDs. At the end of the day, the person who's primarily robbed is the audience, because you're being robbed of the true entertainment value of the film, and you're not watching it, you're not being allowed to view it in the way it is intended to be viewed. Not only the projection, the lighting, the sound, the comfort in which you watch the film. So I think once that message is put out to the audiences first, they will start to take a moral decision to avoid piracy. Apart from that, in conclusion, apart from the great thanks for inviting me here, a word on the globalization of the Indian film industry. I recently had the honor of addressing a very select audience at the India Today enclave, and the discussion was, is cinema the new global language? I firmly believe that cinema has always been a global language, be it Hindi cinema, Tamil, Telugu, Punjabi, Bengali, French, German, English. The only way I feel the Indian film industry is going to make a truly global presence felt is with the support of our government and through a very strong distribution. And I truly hope that in the future FICCIs, this is an issue that we do address. We're very talented. Yes, there is a language barrier. I don't think we will ever be viewed as much as, say, an English film. That purely has to do with language. It's got nothing to do with talent. It's got nothing to do with the quality of our films. But having said that, I still feel we haven't fulfilled the potential. There are a lot of people out there who are interested in Indian cinema, and I feel a great way to support Indian cinema being viewed globally is through a very strong business model and great distribution. And I really look forward to hopefully coming back next year and seeing some of these changes being incorporated in FICCIs. With that, thank you very much and have a great evening.